Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog. Mark here again. What we're going to do today is get the Lamborghini fired up. We're gonna go for a drive, take this beauty out, and actually I'm gonna do my best to try to protect this car, do something for it that might save me thousands of bucks, because the M5 right here, I had out on a rally and there were some issues as a result of it. Now I wanna make sure that I protect the Lamborghini because everything on a Lamborghini costs way more than it does on a BMW. So let's take it for a drive and I'm going to do what I can to try to save some money. The only downside with driving these Lamborghinis is you always have to worry about clearances. So down here I have to use the nose lift, I'll hit that. And then going down the actual curb in the driveway here, you can actually see that I have to clear that. So there's a sidewalk right there I have to clear. That's how we do it with the wonderful nose lift. Gets the nose up about 3-4 centimeters or so. Otherwise you wind up with that nasty scrape on the bottom front edge of the bumper. It could look horrible. So let's not do that. So we're heading off to Pure Executive Auto here in Edmonton. They basically have, it's a local dealership that deals in a lot of supercars. So I'm gonna go down there and ask their advice on some matters that we're talking about today. But while we head down there, I just have to note that my daughter basically has a day off school, so she decided to join her dad in the Lamborghini today. Say hi, Bella. Hi. Anyway, so we're heading out and we're gonna see what these guys have to say for themselves regarding this issue that I want to mitigate, because again, if I don't take care of this, eventually it will catch up. It will be a problem. So I definitely want to make sure I touch base on this. So let's take a look. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. So when we were on that rally here about a week ago, we had the M5 out there and I was cruising along. We were kind of on our own, me and this Corvette. There was a Z06 in front of me, and highly modified actually. The way it turns out, he's about 1,000 horsepower, and when that thing started up, man, did that thing ever sound ornery. But anyway, we were following this Corvette, the Z06, and we were ripping along, and lo and behold, we came across a little issue because they were driving, and then you had a camera crew driving beside them, safely beside them, filming the Corvette, and I was a little ways behind. And honestly, it was a lot of fun because to hear the sound of that nasty vet, it was just nasty. It was just, like I said, it was just really, really cool. 1,000 horsepower, sounded every bit of that. So we're cruising along behind them, and then bango, this is what can happen. This truck was just throwing all kinds of lumber on the road, and I was just able to dodge and weave. There was actually 4x4 timber on some of these trucks that were getting off. And I see we have a gravel truck up there too, which is especially bad when you're driving these kind of cars, because they are definitely going to cause damage if they throw some rocks and gravel. Bad vehicles to follow, so I'm going to keep my distance. Not too bad, yourself? Not too bad. here? This is a Mercy.
6-speed gated manual Mercedes.
So this is an early car though, not a 640.
This is an 05. Very rare though. Only 8 of them in Canada.
That's beautiful though. Very, very nice. And like you say, with the gated shifter, not turning it around like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and this thing has got a lot of aftermarket exhaust over there. Right? This is John's car.
It definitely looks more industrial.
When I see a lot of carbon fiber, I just think of a kit car.
Well, carbon fiber and Alcantara, which looks like the dash is Alcantara, so that's both for losing weight, right? So. No, it's a synthetic. Pretty much. Super lightweight, right?
That Aventura versus this one, like it's totally different how they do it.
Different car with, I mean, they got push rod suspension and all kinds of weird stuff going on. Different machine altogether, the Aventador, the big V12 cars. But I mean, the Gallardos and the Huracans aren't really too far cousin, right? They're a pretty comparable car, really. Superleggera, but this is the pre-LP, you can tell. Well, yeah, with the tail lights, right? Some great toys there, Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing me around. So anyway, we're gonna jam out. I think. I tried it once in a BMW, like I bought.
Is it that one you're talking about?
That's the worst one. There's a bunch of that tiny little pit stuff that doesn't.
Yeah, the pitting is fine. It's not a big deal. It's when you actually see spidering.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
I mean, there's a little bit of spidering, but
it hasn't changed. The way it looks is how it's been since I bought the car about 4 years ago.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying, I just, that's just the way it is. But so, I don't know.
What it seems like should be okay. I mean, it's not like it's like an actual. Did you get it filled or was it?
I had somebody try to fill it.
I think it should be.
Yeah, I had one of those guys with the orange tents tried to fill it, and
Oh yeah.
they
Actually, to do like an actual proper fill, they actually drill into your windshield.
yeah, they do. Yeah. Well, I think that's what he did though. He had the tool and he was like zing zing.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think so. To be honest, it didn't look like it made much of a difference. Like I've had lots where it does. It makes a huge difference, but this one here didn't seem to matter. It just sort of went, and it looks the same now as it did when I started. So. Looking like it's kind of ugly. We better get the car home real quick. Not worried about the rain. That's not a big deal. Don't want to see any hail on this trip. Okay, so we stopped off there and we basically touched base with the boys at Pure Executive. Some really cool cars in the showroom, as you saw. We've got some gated cars, gated Gallardo, we have a gated Murcielago, and we had that Ford GT, that special edition Ford GT. You really don't see many of those around very much. And so it was actually a pleasant surprise, but I did talk to them about getting the windshield coverage on my Lambo, because they do such a great job there, and that Exo Shield is the product. You need something to protect the car from some really bad events. If you're going out on the rallies and rocks are flying, that's what you're looking at getting. You need to get those types of products. So as we spoke earlier, that's how you're going to save a ton of money, and that's really why I came down here, to look at the Exo Shield, talk to the boys whether they can do it on my car and whether it was worth doing on my car. And so that's why we ended up getting into this. And so what it boils down to is it's definitely worth it, because we have a windshield here. This Lamborghini Gallardo windshield can cost about $7,000. If you have to pay out of pocket, you're definitely going to want to protect your investment. And so I want to put that clear plastic armor on the windshield. So when I do these rallies, or if I go out for a drive, or just like we showed on the freeway, when you come across those big trucks that are spitting gravel, like dump trucks, gravel trucks, even trash trucks, that are hauling garbage, that you're not picking up garbage along the way, that you're able to, you know, drive along the road and not worry about getting hammered by these really bad, you know, things that are going to spit a lot of debris out. So anyway, I really just wanted to get these guys' opinion, whether I could do it. Looks like I can. So that's something you're going to want to do to save a whole lot of money. And it's a bit of a relief, because at first they weren't sure. There's a tiny little chip, but they said if it's spidered, you don't want to put that wrap on, because if you do, there's a chance that it'll definitely crush, because when you shrink it down, it actually can split, really exaggerate that whole spider. So if you're going to do that shield, you have to do it on a healthy windshield. That's the first and foremost. So that's why I came down here, have the guys evaluate my windshield, and I'll be looking for an estimate from them on that. But that'll be one of the things I'll be doing here right away. So if you like the channel, you like the video, you make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. I'd like to see you back on my next vlog. Hope to see you soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.